how to stream. I've taken the break is too long. I don't know how to stream. Okay, chat, chill. I have fucking COVID or something. I'm probably gonna die right here live. Today's stream will be a snuff film. I want you to be ready for that. Hello, White Dragon, Moozer, Nat. Oh my God, dude. Okay, I thought. Meta Ninja, Carl the Man, Ragnar, Thomas Robro. We'll miss the Tuesdays. Yeah, bro. Anyway, I am fucking powering through. That's what I'm doing today. This is Jordan's flu stream. I'm fucking dead. I feel so shit today. All I did today was one work meeting, and then I watched Con Air. Then I threw up. All right, I feel fucking terrible. Bro is wearing a shirt that says board games I can't. I'm pulling this up because I want to know what your problem is. I'm telling you I'm about to die, and you have a problem with my fit? What is the problem? What is there a flaw in this shirt? I like board games. Dr. Battle got you sick? I think he did. I don't want to blame this all on Dr. Battle, but I hang out with Dr. Battle one time, and I'm sick for the first time in fucking 2 years. Will you be live for the new Elden Ring DLC tomorrow? Maybe. If I can't sleep again. If I wake up at 6:30 a.m. fucking sweating because there's a disease that Smash Bros. Players have injected me with, then yeah, I'll watch it. But otherwise, I have to watch it live later. Do you want to die in that shirt? That's the real question. Are you? That's kind of cool. I could die in this shirt, have an open casket funeral, and people could know that I really like board games. Genesis Recap? Yeah, 100% Genesis Recap. I got a lot of stories to tell. I got a lot to talk about. But I am gauging whether or not I fucking survive this stream. On God. I've taken all my energy that I have left and I've pushed it together for one fucking stream. Will you still like Taco Bell after you were just poisoned? It's your first time chat message. What does that mean? I didn't eat Taco Bell. Taco Bell did not poison me. Fucking Smash Bros. Players poison me, bro. They don't shower. The diseases in there are fucking fetid. Will you still eat Smash Bros. Players? No, I will no longer do that. I will no longer engage in cannibalism on Smash Bros. Players because it'll get you sick. It's a petri dish. 100% it's a petri dish. Evan and Dr. Battle brought you Taco Bell, buddy. He got dementia. Oh, yeah, I didn't eat it, though. Vanilla Funk, what's up? God Gamer Ghost, what's up? Otham, what's up? Duskak, what's up? All right, so, yeah, I have actually a lot of interesting things I want to tell you guys about Genesis. Wait, I'm hearing myself, so there's a fucking problem. Wait, why am I hearing myself? Dude, I don't remember how to stream. Yeah, streaming's not like riding a bike, dude. You take a break, it's fucking gone. Where is this coming from? Oh, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. There, I got it. It's the hardest job in the world. It is you guys, you're not giving me enough credit for like literally this is equivalent to a Marine going back into the line of fire. What happened to the IRL boxing stream? Okay, I'll tell you what happened. That's the first thing I'll tell you. So on day 2 of Genesis, which is again in lovely San Jose, a place I used to work and live, this guy Daniel, aka Motherfugga, who is the guy that trained both stands and hugs for chess boxing. He's a fucking boxer. He's shredded. This dude hits me up and he's like, hey, do you want to do a boxing session? Stream's not lagging, is it? How many fingers am I holding up? How many fingers am I holding up? Are we good? All right. Okay, let me guys, let's just vibe for a second. Everybody chill. Everybody relax. I'm going to ease into this. Okay, I've taken a fucking 8-month break from streaming, it feels like. And I'm sick. You can probably hear my voice. And so now I'm just, yeah, say glizzy. Say glizzy, say coffee cow. Let's get the vibe going, okay? Relax. It's glizzy Lamau. Glizzy, I can't. Coffee, glizzy, glazer. Okay. Just let me chill. Let me just relax. Let me vibe. Okay. I like your sweater. Thank you. That's the proper message. When you see somebody in a nice sweater that says board games, you say, hi. Oh, nice. I like your sweater. Actually, there's only two options if you see somebody's sweater. Let me give you guys a fucking piece of advice right now. If you see someone in a sweater, option one, you really like the sweater. You say, hey, I like your sweater. That's good. Option two, you don't like the sweater. You shut the fuck up. Those are your two options. If you don't like the sweater, you shut the fuck up. You don't scream, LOL, stupid fucking sweater at the top of your lungs. Okay? You don't spam that. dot, dot, dot. You really don't like this sweater? You don't like this sweater. This is a nice, fun board game sweater. This is a fun sweater. You guys are haters. You guys are haters for real. If I speak. So what I was saying, name 3 board games. I can name 100 board games. I can name 100 board games easy, free. Oh, then do it? Okay, I will. Camel Up. Risk Legacy. Monopoly. Clue. It's already 5. It's already 5, by the way. Ticket to Ride Europe. Ticket to Ride Asia. Ticket to Ride India. Ticket to Ride Westward Ho. It's already 10. Okay? Axis and Allies is 11. Okay? I feel like I've already done basically 100 at this point. Parcheesi, Shoots and Ladders. Those Oh, I know. Star Wars Outer Rim. I love that board game. Now we're at fucking 15. Candyland. Yeah, plus Monopoly, I count all the variants, so I get another 90. Done. Fucking slam dunked. It's done. It's over. I did it, all right? I did it. You said name 3. I said I named 150. It's like a shirt that says travel instead of like Italy. No, it's not, little bro. It's like a shirt that says fucking basketball instead of a specific player or team. Sometimes you just like the sport. Do you know what I'm saying? And also, a shirt just like this just said Italy would also be fucking odd. Right? There's no problem. Sometimes you just like the sport. I like the concept of board games because I like playing a lot of different board games. I don't want to wear a shirt that says fucking Clue on it. I don't like one board game so much more than the rest. I like the concept of playing fun board games with your friends. Can we play one with you? How would I play a board game with you, Holy Pangolin? Answer me that. Riddle me that question, Batman. Do you think there's money to be made in making board games? Do you think that every single board game creator to this date has been doing it for free? Are you under the impression that every single board game that you see for sale is being sold at cost out of the goodness of the creators' hearts, and there's not a person who's walked away with $1? Yes, you can make money selling board games, but it's probably very difficult. Like most creative industries, it's probably a very high failure rate. And then an extreme exponential curve for the top 1% where they make money. Yeah, similar to streaming or like almost any creative industries, I'm saying. All of the religious Jews play board games on the Sabbath because they have nothing else to do. Please don't cancel me. I'm one of them. Are you worried that I'm going to cancel you for playing board games while I'm wearing a shirt that says board games? What would possibly get you canceled in that sentence? Please don't cancel me. I like to play board games on the Sabbath. I think you're fine. Brother. Anti-board game confirmed. Yo, what's good, Isto? Hey, Atrioc, I got a job offer for a big boy job today, and it was the big boy job I wanted the most. Peepo Poggies, Peepo, Glizzy, Omega lol. Congratulations, Lindsay. It shocks me. I am shocked. Believe me, I'm shocked, but if it's true, it's true. Did you mention this in your application? Or how did you, during the interview? Peepo, Poggies, Peepo, Glizzy, Omegalol. You know what that job was? It was president. Lindsay's going to run the country, so good job. Fingers crossed. Did you get rich from Genesis? Are you sharing your winnings from chat? I'll get to that. I have a lot of Genesis stories, okay? But the first one I was going to tell is regarding the boxing, because I was going to do an IRL boxing stream, and people were wondering why it didn't happen. So, on day 2 of Genesis, I get an invite in the morning from Daniel, a.k.a. Motherfugger. I'll show you who he is right now. Maybe you want to get a boxing lesson. All right, here he is. Look at this guy. He's fucking ripped. Look at this guy. He's chatted up. Look, he trained stands. He trained hugs. Okay? He's a fighter. He's a fighter. Oh, I lost my chat. And so this dude hits me up and he's like, hey, do you want to do a lesson? Because I talked about doing before, but he lives really far from me, so I don't want to drive out to him. He's like, do you want to do a lesson? So I'm like, fuck yeah, we're both Genesis. He's also a smasher. So we do a lesson by the Hilton pool. So we're out. I show up at the Hilton pool. I don't have any gym shorts because I didn't think I'd be doing any training. So I went and I borrowed Toph's like GameCube controller gym shorts. So they've got GameCube buttons all across the like. All right, so I show up in that and a J-Mook jersey because that's the closest thing I have to a gym shirt. So I'm decked out, okay? I'm decked out. I'm actually dripping out of my mind while I show up to this fucking boxing lesson. And we go to the pool, and he's like, all right, I'm going to teach you how to jab. And I swear to God, everything I'm going to say is true, okay? He's like, I'm going to teach you how to jab. And I go, jab, and I do this. And he's like, wait a minute. That was pretty good. Now, what I think is he wants to compliment my jab so that I feel good about what I'm doing so that I hire him. so that I hire him. Either way, he says my jab is pretty good. Okay? Considering use the wrong hand? No, I didn't use the wrong hand. Okay? We tested it. This is the one I'm doing it with. Pow. All right. So I do the jab. He's like, the jab's pretty good. And then he teaches me how to do a cross. And he's like, that's not as good. And then he teaches me how to do like a hook. And I always, here's the problem, okay? We're doing this for, I don't know, an hour or whatever. First 30 minutes, doing well. He's teaching me some punches. I'm practicing. We're also doing some general exercises. And then he teaches me how to do the hook. And every time I do the hook, my eyes follow the fist. He's like, all right, you look at me, and then the hook goes like this. And every time I do it, I go like this. I turn my head. And he's like, no. He's like, no. Everything's good so far. Just keep the head straight. I can't do it. And then when I do keep the head straight, the hook goes like fucking way off. I just can't fucking do the hook. It's a real problem. So we practice. I mean, again, this is my first day, okay, of doing it. And also, he wants me to like twist my leg and, you know, all sorts of posture stuff. Anyway, I'm following the hand. So we can't figure this out. Then at that point, it starts to rain really hard. By the way, this is another problem, is it was raining really hard and we were outside, so I couldn't get the camera set up. So then for a brief period of, let's say 20, 25 minutes, I am practicing boxing in the rain, which is probably the most badass I've felt in a minute. You know, by the side of the pool, he's got pads up, I'm punching, and we're in the rain. That was pretty fucking sick. That was pretty, yeah, it was pretty Rocky pilled. So we did that for 25 minutes, and then he's like, hey, it's actually really fucking cold. He's like, you know, we've done it for an hour. You want to call it a little early? Because it was really fucking cold. But I didn't want to be the one. By the way, the second it started to rain, I was instantly cold. I instantly felt like shit, and I was like, If this was anyone else, I'd probably be like, let's leave. Let's go inside. Let's call it early. But I didn't want him to think I was a puss. All right. I didn't want to stop. So I'm literally gritting my teeth and just fucking going for 20, 25 minutes. And then he's like, no wonder you're sick. No, because I felt fine the next day. That was only day 2. Day 3, I felt great. Okay. So yeah, we did the box and I felt pretty sore the next day. I felt good, but sore. Colds always cook for a day. What are you, fucking doctor now? You're a fucking expert? I boxed in the rain and now I have a cold? Rain is just a cold shower. Oh, you get in the shower and the water's turned to cold, suddenly you're sick? Really? Let me give you 2 scenarios, okay, Dr. House? Let me give you 2 scenarios of how I could have gotten sick. Number 1, I was outside, got a little rain on me while working out, doing something healthy. Interesting. Number 2, I was in a crowded bar full of degenerate Smash Bros. Players. And we were yelling at each other because we couldn't hear for hours and hours and hours at night. Which one do you think? No, 100% it was number 2. It was the Smash players. Okay? No, you don't break into my home. The microplastics from the rain seeps into your skin. That's what makes you sick. I don't know enough about science to dispute this. This sounds it sounds like factual. I actually feel like I'd love to shoot you down, but I've heard some of these terms before and they sound really intelligent. The rain weakened you to let you get sick. I filled out the ballot for the first time yesterday. Why do the senators all have weird job experiences? What? Do they even include that on the ballot? They include their history, like their previous job experiences? Are you reading the LinkedIns of senators? Are you in the wrong? You're in the wrong chat. You're lost. Anyway, okay. So I couldn't do the IRL stream. Also, by the way, the backpack was kind of hard to use. It was kind of hard to get going. You have to like find the right network to stream on, and some of them are iffy. It's a pain. That's not a boomer situation, all right? It was just a pain in the ass. You know, I thought when you spend $2,300 on a backpack, it's like plug and play. It's not. It's not plug and play. It's actually kind of difficult. But we did do it. We got it done. I did one IRL stream, if you don't know. I did an IRL stream on the first night of Genesis, I think. Maybe first night? Maybe second night. And that was where I walked around and challenged people to money matches, which was fine. I think I won all of my money matches except for one, which was a guy named SSB Seal, who showed up because he knew I was live and then just proceeded to dick me down. You know, just beat me like fucking 6 times straight. Okay? I got completely fucking rocked. So shout out to Seal, who knew what was coming. So I did live stream. I did the boxing. Oh, the most important thing. So the reason I brought the backpack was actually not to do that live stream. The reason I brought the backpack, zoom out for 1 second. I was at Genesis, the world's largest Smash Bros. Melee tournament. The last remaining super big, super duper omega major of Smash Bros. Melee. Really, one by one, all of the big tournaments have been cut down to size by the passage of time and Nintendo and the dangers of our economy. Okay, Big House is close. I went to Big House though. It's just not quite Genesis. I don't know what to tell you. Genesis is the big one. Genesis is the big one. It's the one that gets every fucking top player, has the most entrants, has the biggest prize pool still. Genesis. It's the last big super duper major for Smash Bros. And so I go every year because not only is it fun for me, I'm a big Smash Bros. Melee head, but also I get to see a lot of friends that I don't get to see a lot. So I got to see, Bobby Scar, aka People's Champ, if you want to spam the emote. I got to see Ben SW, aka Not Like This. If you want to spam the emote, I got to see Toph, who you probably don't even know if you don't follow Smash. But these are all my boys, okay? And I actually room with them. I room with those guys, and so that's why I go. Because for a few days I get to kick it, play video games. We usually watch shitty old movies in the hotel room. We eat Domino's pizza. We vibe. We make jokes. We have a good time. It's really a good bonding experience. I love to go, and I'm not going to miss it any year. Okay. So that's why I went to Genesis. And on the way, I was road tripping with my friends Rachel and Blur, who are, again, friends I really like. And my plan was to backpack stream. I got the backpack right here. Was to backpack stream the car ride from LA up to San Jose. It's like a 6-hour car ride, okay? And in that 6-hour car ride, I was going to put the camera from the back seat on the front seat of Rachel and Blur and talk to them about dating in the modern age. Because both of them are very actively dating on dating apps. And they have a lot of stories. And they have a lot of interesting findings and theories about why things are the way they are. And I thought it would be very interesting. Blur's dating life. It's funny you say Omega Lol. If you don't know Blur, you might think, oh, that guy's not dating very much at all. In fact, Blur is dating like crazy. Blur is laying pipe across Los Angeles. If you are unaware about Blur's situation, Blur is laying pipe across all of LA. I want you guys to know. You need to know that. Legitimately. Blur has probably dated like 20 to 30 women in the past 6 months. Like a pretty insane amount of but they both have a lot of experience. They both have a lot of experience in this situation of what's going on in dating. And so we couldn't get the backpack to work, but I still had the convo, and I learned so much as someone who has not done the dating apps, right? I'm married. I'm married, and me and Ari been dating a long time. So we skipped this whole generation of dating apps, and they gave me so much insight into what it's currently like, and so much how it's changed. Like, for example, there was unanimous agreement that even, for example, Tinder used to be way fucking different than it is now. And like, people have dropped any pretense of the social, like, it used to be that there was like a standard of how you talk to people when you were courting them, you know, in the real world. And then when Tinder started, people just automatically transferred that over. There was a social niceties. That has completely been dropped. It has completely been dropped. It is so transactional now on the dating apps when people talk. And again, they were showing messages and stuff. Very, very, very extremely transactional. Very, like, from both sides. Like, it just, when did you and Darnie start dating? A long time ago. Probably the 1300s, I think, when we started dating. So that's the first thing I noticed, but like, they talked me through all the different aspects of what's going on. Like, here's a good example. This is one thing I remember that I think would have been super interesting to chat. I'm still gonna probably have them on. We had a really great road trip together. I like those guys a lot. Yeah, they're just nice people. And so I think we got to do some bonding, and I would love to have them on the stream, and they both agreed to it. So we can talk about it more. But what I will say, like, here's an example. So Rachel, who was the female perspective, was saying how she finds it frustrating that almost every message she gets on dating apps, it turns sexual so quickly. Like, almost every single guy that she'll match with is almost instantly trying to make the conversation sexual. So constantly trying to, you know, just navigate like force the conversation to be like sexual. Okay? That's what she's dealing with. But then Blur, and so that's my first response is like, that sucks. Yeah, obviously. Blur gave at least some color, some insight to that situation where he's like, because he's an active user. The guy's been on dating apps he's swiping fucking half his day. Again, I don't want to put him on blast here. I love Blur, but I was trying to give you a situation of where the man is at right now. He's in good shape. He's got a good living location in LA. He's got a nice house. He has no job right now, and he spends his days basically 24/7 swiping, hooking up with women, or playing video games. That's his entire day, entire week, entire month, entire year, which again is a nice way to live, not a long-term solution. But that's what he's doing all day. Okay. Yeah, a lot of Slay Aspire. Okay, so he has a lot of hours under his belt, is what I'm trying to get to you. He's got a lot of hours under his belt. And so what he said was, is that many men have tried to send normal, nice messages on the app, but they get instantly ignored. Basically, for a male experience, whoever you match with, a lot of the messages you send get instantly ignored. There's just no, you try to say something nice, try something normal, and it just does not work. It's just dead. And so over the time, they get this experience, this, they learn just through failure that they have to say something to be interesting. And because being actually interesting is very hard, they often resort to saying something sexual, which even if crass is at least interesting. It's like clickbait. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, the men are trying to do something to stand out, because if they play it normally, they will just get ignored. And I found that to be very insightful on both of their parts to explain not only a weird thing that's happened on dating apps, but why that might be the case. Yeah, it's like a meta. It's like a weird meta. Clickbait on dating apps is called catfishing. Hello, milady, instant date. Sorry. This has worked for you? Eastern Bean? This is something that's successful for you? You use the milady? Do you tip a fedora? Do you send a picture of you in a fedora and then I feel like dating and the YouTube thumbnail game have wild overlap. Wait, where'd you put this? That's so interesting. Just like the clickbait meta. I'm so cooked if this is modern Tinder. This is modern Tinder. Not only Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, and I'll be honest with you, I was gonna get to this story later. At one point, Blur said, I almost don't want to steal this story from him, but it's so interesting. We'll bring him on and tell you more about it. Blur, who is not gay, tried Grindr to see what it was like from a male POV from gay men. He just tried it to see what the matches were like. And again, he was showing some of the examples, which again, he is catfishing gay people, which is not cool, but it's actually insane, the difference. So when the environment is purely male to male, everyone is so straightforward and they're all overtly sexual. The Grindr meta is like every single person opens with a dick pic and a time and place. It's like extremely like extremely horny, extremely sexual, extremely all business. There's no even like dancing around it. People are just looking for sex on Grindr. Which is funny, the difference they said in the two apps. Sounds like Thanksgiving with my uncle. Gross, dude. Sometimes I wish I was into dudes because I'd be getting laid every 5 minutes. So that's another thing. Okay, I feel like I'm telling his story out of order, but this. In his impression, because I'm speaking for him, not myself. I have not tried this. He said maybe 5 to 10% of the people he talked to on the app Grindr, he thinks are 100% fully straight dudes who just couldn't figure it out on normal dating apps and just want to have sex. This is what he said. Like people who literally tell him, yes. I mean, the impression I got from this conversation, and this is both with Rachel and Blair, is that dating culture has gotten real fucking shitty. It's gotten so fucking bad, bro. It's gotten so fucking bad. Men will force themselves to become gay rather than develop personality. Change the they just changed the difficulty setting. That is what they did. They just changed the difficulty setting because Tinder is very difficult. And they went to Grindr, and it was just an easier game. That was his impression. I mean, again, what I will say about this conversation and we had a lot of conversations. It was a bunch of heart-to-heart conversations. I really appreciated it. These whole conversations they were honest. It's very rare to have a 4 or 5 hour honest conversation with people ever in life. Even if you get one, you think about it for a while. I think we had 2, one on the way down, one on the way up. And I enjoyed them both. Honest conversations are such a privilege. And so I'm hoping I can remember more about what, like, for example, Rachel said, because she had a lot of insight to give, but I wanted to have her on to tell it herself. But yeah, a lot of it was about, it is difficult for her. Oh, also, this is already going to trigger people. I want you guys to know this is a pre-trigger warning. Rachel is a tall woman. She's like 5'9" or 5'10". Okay? So when she's on the apps looking for dudes, she wants a dude who's taller than her. But she has told me, and this is in a moment of honesty, that if she tells that to people and they aren't the height preference she wants, which, by the way, I feel like dudes have physical, genetic-based preferences all the time about big honkers or et cetera, or whatever, hair color, anything, whatever. They have prejudices, but if she gives this opinion, it actually makes people like physically angry towards her. I'm not saying physically angry, but like they get very, very angry. I mean, she's almost afraid to say it, that she wants a dude who's like 6'1" or whatever, because people who are shorter than that, they get so upset about it, which I thought was interesting. Because obviously I know, like, we do the short kings joke or like whatever, short guy joke or whatever all the time. It's like pretty normal joke. I never thought of it as something that people got truly upset about, but I haven't seen it from a woman's POV. And she said, yeah, it's a problem. Like, people they will call you name. They will say a lot of shit about you. People are deeply insecure about it, I think, on a level that I didn't know. You couldn't understand the slander unless you yourself are short. Again, this is another thing. The best part of having this conversation with two sides of the dating spectrum in the car was that for every complaint either one of them had, the other one had a possible reason why things have evolved to be that way from the other side. That's what was so interesting. That's why I found it to be so fascinating. Are they hooking up? No, they are not hooking up. Why didn't you record it? The fucking camera didn't work. What do you want me to tell you? I'm giving it to you perfectly from memory. But I think what everyone who complains about the world should understand is that there's probably a good explanation. Like, especially if you're like, if you're mad at women, or women, if you're mad at men on dating apps, understand there's a reason the meta has evolved this way. It is mostly normal people acting rationally and being pushed into more weird, extreme behaviors because of the market of dating. The meta has become bad. We're in a shit meta, is what I've understand. We are in a shit meta. Atrioc, I'm looking for actual love in my relationships, but most of the other men I talk to immediately go to sexual stuff within a few days. So I never know if they are just into me because of how I look. I can't tell if you're a woman or a man, but your name's Zach, so a man. Okay, I'm guessing. Yeah, well, my understanding is that if you're on Grindr for a relationship, you're gonna have a fucking tough time. My understanding is if you are on Grindr and you don't want immediate sex, you are gonna have to look somewhere else. Because I mean, he was showing us his fucking the messages he was getting, and it's like, it's not like you start off with a hey, how are you, and then it goes sexual. It was like opens with a dick pic. It was like every fucking conversation was opening with a dick pic. It was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, it's like, oh, another question that was finally answered for me. I'm gonna reveal the truth right now. I asked Rachel. I think this is an important question. Because my theory is that dicks are not attractive and therefore dick pics are stupid. She told me and agreed from the female perspective, dicks are not attractive and a dick pic is not a cool thing to get. At best, this is her advice, by the way. If you want advice, certified woman, here's the advice. If you want to send an attractive dick pic to somebody who is consenting and would want to receive it, and maybe you have a relationship with, go with the sweatpants angle. Don't show the actual dick. Go with the sweatpants angle, okay? Imply something. The implication of a dick pic is actually way more attractive than fucking, yeah, go with the bulge, okay? I think that is probably good advice, okay? I feel like compared to, yeah, I just think dicks are just ugly, bro. There's no comparison. Dicks are just not, I feel like a dick pic is fucking trashy. How about a tasteful scrot pic? I fully believe dating apps aren't designed to work. If they're too good at their jobs, everyone stops using them. They go out of business. I don't think that the dating apps are sitting on the secret sauce of making true love happen over your phone. I think you're searching for conspiracy when in fact it is just, it's a hard problem they didn't solve. Yeah, I think they don't secretly have that. I have a never been on it. Wait, sorry, that's the wrong message. Never been on a dating app. I feel if you aren't in college or have a well-paying job, then you're shit out of luck. Well, there's the thing. So for women, again, I think both Rachel and Blur are attractive people. Okay, so we're getting, but they're attractive people. And so I got to get, I think, a decent evidence of like match rate. And my understanding is that for women, you get a higher match rate. Okay, just on average, you get a higher match rate. So, and also I've seen data on this. For men, the match rate is very exponential towards the top end of whatever you would call the attractiveness curve. And attractiveness can also include, for men, also income or things you can do to signify that you have like a higher paying job or whatever. Yeah, men will more likely swipe on anything. So, like, for example, if the woman, Rachel in this case, swiped on somebody, there's a higher chance that they will swipe back and they'll get a match. Versus Blur, who gave he gave a pretty interesting breakdown because he's done so many swipes. He actually could tell with a reasonably good guess, like if they would swipe back based on, and the number one factor was ethnicity, because Blur is non-white, and he said if he sees an attractive Persian woman, for example, 99% chance he gets to swipe back. If he sees an attractive like white blonde lady from the South, 0% chance he gets to swipe back. 0% chance. Like not one fucking swipe back on earth. The revealed preferences, not the stated preferences. I don't think he encountered any instances, at least when he said, of racism, like people messaging him anything racist. But the revealed preferences of people's matches, there. People have revealed preferences for people of their own race, I guess. Brown guys have the lowest swipe rate, I recall. I think it's seeing stats. Link the stats if you have them. I'm black, I hardly get any white people. Yeah, he was saying, again, he's Persian. He said number one most matched was Persian women. Number two was like Latino women and black women. Number three was like, I think it was like nerdy white women. Nerdy white women that have, you know, that are like openly left leaning. Then it was like conservative coded. No, then it was like Asian women. Then it was like at the bottom, 0% chance was like conservative coded white women. Which is very funny. Atrioc, I had more success on my CrossFit gym and yoga classes than Tinder. Omega Dance. That makes... Oh, sorry, I keep hitting the wrong fucking thing. That makes a lot of sense, right? That's how dating used to be done, in person. You have something in common. You're doing something active. You meet something. That's not an Omega Dance session. That's like very common. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, Tinder stats. What's this? Let's see. Tinder stats 2024. Interesting. Asian men, black women are least likely to match on Tinder. Again, I don't want to belabor this point, but I've told this story that, you know, my friend, one of my groomsmen at my wedding is black, and he married an Asian woman, and her family is pretty racist to him. It's fucked up. I have seen the most overt racism in my life from like old school Asian families to, I think it's fucked up. I think it's really fucked up. So this totally tracks with my lived experience. Let's see. In the UK, Indian males have a 38% match rate on Tinder, which is one of the lowest amongst all ethnicity. That's fucked up, UK. You'll steal all of India's culture and food, but you won't match with their men? What's the deal, UK? Huh? They'll have fucking curry in every fucking pub in the UK, but but they won't give him a try? White women favor white men. Asians, Hispanics also lean that way on Tinder. White males get more matches than almost every group on Tinder, from almost every group on Tinder. Well, there you go. Finally, one thing that is easier for white men. Thank God. Thank fucking God. I was seriously worried that we'd have nothing in this world. Finally, one dub. About time. Black men reported feeling rejected and stereotyped on Tinder, while white men said they've almost preferred. Interesting, because the white men in my chat always fucking talk about how it's impossible. In the U.S., 12% of black men and 6% of black female Tinder users have a bachelor's degree or higher. 80% multiracial men and 76% multiracial want same ethnicity on Tinder. What does that mean? If you're multiracial, what do you mean same ethnicity? Do you want someone who's also multiracial or someone who has one of the two races? One of the two. Okay. Of the two, you want somebody. Okay. Only 1.7% of Tinder users in the UK are black. Is it all UK stats? 15% of non-black men responded to a black woman with a yes. Yeah, it's probably very difficult to be a black woman on these apps. I would assume. 64.6% of white college students stated that the race of a potential partner on Tinder matters. And this is what they say in a survey. I guarantee it's a higher number than this. If this, because people, the crazy thing is what you'll learn about in a survey. If you've done market research we've done it for NVIDIA, for example. People lie in a survey, a blind survey that doesn't have their name attached. The data will not be revealed to anybody. It will not be caught back to them in any way. They just lie. It's like they're lying to themselves. People will just lie. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if it's cognitive dissonance or if they're just secretly afraid it can somehow be traced back to them. But like, if you ask people for their honest opinion on something, they will lie. If you ask people, would you buy this or this price, whatever, they'll lie. Nobody hates whites more than white teenage girls. Maybe. I'm not sure about that. I'm 6'6". Should I just include it in my Tinder bio? I mean, the classy thing to do would be, I don't know, get one of your photos to be you playing basketball and then fill in the gap. Find a classy way to do it, you know? But if you can't find a classy way to do it, then statistically, yes. Statistically, yes. The big freebie advantages would be money, height, and then obviously physical attractiveness, but that'll just show in your pictures. You have a group photo. Here, get one of your friends to wear a shirt that says I'm 6 feet tall on it, and then have a group photo where you're next to that dude with your arm around his shoulder. And you're that's a classy way to do it. That's a classy way to do it. Is an abs pic on Tinder tasteful? I mean, the one thing I learned from this conversation about the abs pic, because they both talked about the abs pic. The abs pic is not a classy thing to do. It kind of signals douche. But if you do the abs pic, you are saving yourself time if all you want is sex. If all you're looking for is sex, you have signaled it with the abs pic is a signal. And what it tells people that sees your profile is that you are looking for sex. You're not in a relationship. So if your goal is to cut down on time and just get other people that are looking for sex, you can signal that with the abs pic. But you will turn off a lot of people that are think it's kind of douchey. These are good posts of Tinder stats. Let's see. Data is beautiful. Tinder stats. Oh, dear God. Okay, this is one woman's experience on Twitter. 23-year-old female. Okay? 30,000 swipes. 26,000 were left swipes. This is her swipes, okay? So, again, think about that. From a woman's POV, 26,000 men are getting left swiped. 3,600 are getting right swiped. For men, this is like almost an opposite ratio for how much they're sending out in swipes. Okay, so of the right swipes, 1,200 didn't match, which is almost a little bit high from my understanding. But so, okay, yes. So 2,400 matches. Of those, 1,200, half of them, no messages. Dude, this is such a shit ROI for time. Oh my God. Then some were one message. Then there was longer combos. Of those 448 never met up. So five of 453 long conversations turned into actual dates. That part alone is fucking crazy. That is 99% of long conversations don't even get a first date. That's crazy. I don't know what her system is. I feel like that's psychopathic. That's very extreme. One date, 3. Multiple dates, 1. Long-term dating, 1. This is only one data point. I want you to know. This woman, very, very either unlucky or very, very extreme about the level of requirement she has for a first date. Check out the men's POV stat. Let me see. Again, the interesting thing to me is I have no dog in this fight. Like, to me, I am approaching as a scientist. I am approaching as a scientist, dude. I just want to learn more about it because it's very interesting. It feels like it's the cause of a lot of people's, I don't know about anxiety is the right word, but like dissatisfaction with the modern life. Yeah. Or disenfranchisement. Yeah. Again, I think like there's things that ground you to society that make you feel like you're part of the larger societal fabric. One of them is being able to buy a house. The other one is being able to like possibly have a relationship and start a family. And both those things I think are becoming more difficult. People are getting either priced out or I don't know, technologied out, grinded out. And it's causing dissatisfaction. And so even though our society is like measurably more rich in many ways, I think people are dropping out of the social fabric because of this. And I find that to be obviously sad, but that's you can just say, oh, that's sad. That's kind of a boring take on it. I'd like to understand it more. And I learned a lot from that conversation, and I'm learning a lot now. This is a person doing Tinder over 3 years, okay? 18, 20-year-old male. Thing is, this is 5 years ago, so take it with a grain of salt. I've heard Tinder has changed a lot in the past 5 years. Like, this is probably out of date data and hard to base anything off of. So 45,000 swipes, still mostly left. 12,000 right swipes. 100, oh my God, the match rate. The match rate. Holy shit. 12,000 right swipes, 133 matches. 50 of them are bots. Yeah, that's another thing about bots. There was obviously way more bots on the male side than the female side. No reply, 68. 15 conversations, 10 of which are short, 5 are long. Wait, everything got ghosted? Sorry, not one date? Okay, well, I want to see these comments. Maybe this dude's got terrible. This guy's an 18-year-old dude. He probably says poggers. This dude probably has 0 fucking riz. Like, actually negative fucking riz. Okay? I feel like if you get to a long conversation, multiple long conversations, and you can't get one first date out of it, and you live in the same city, that seems crazy to me. But I could be wrong. Victim blaming. Nobody's entitled to sex, by the way. This is where incels come from. Nobody's entitled to sex. But because the math is so bad, and everything is getting commodified, there's people who don't feel entitled to sex, who are good people, who aren't like, you know, born rich, genetically attractive, and they're just getting kind of fucked by the system. And then because of that, there's normal women who are trying to find people they want to go on dates with and are getting bombarded immediately with overtly sexual messages. You know what I'm saying? Everyone on both sides is dissatisfied. Women are also dissatisfied with the system. It is a both sides dissatisfaction. Reddit.com/r/Tinder data. Let's see. Our Tinder data. Let's see. Oh, I think this is dead. I think this is dead. Should we do the Black Mirror dating app system? Isn't that the one where they create digital clones of you and then pair them up in a digital world until they find love? And then kill them? That was we could maybe do that. Seems pretty unethical. Not sure that would be great. In all my dating experience, if you don't meet up within less than 2 weeks, you are never going to ever meet them. Could be true. Again, I don't know. But probably tracks. Probably tracks. I think that sounds fair. That sounds correct. And again, the people I was talking to, both of them would, you know, if they liked somebody and there was a connection on the app, they would immediately try to do an in-person date, a first date. I think the anxiety about first dates, or the revealed anxiety about first dates, where people are like taking so much time to decide, is kind of crazy. And I assume that's because a few people have ruined it. You know what I'm saying? The takeaway, again, from this conversation was that, like, things proceed pretty normally. The meta proceeds pretty normally. And then there's outliers. There's a few fucking bad people, men or women, that will poison the well. And the people that get, like, for example, people didn't used to ghost as much on these apps. They didn't used to ghost so, especially after it, especially if you've had a long conversation or if you've been on one date, they didn't just immediately ghost. But now ghosting is so standard because people have already been ghosted themselves. People have been ghosting so much. And then once you get ghosted, you're more likely to ghost. What's this? TBH, I don't think ghosting is bad. I think you're wrong, but I'm excited to hear your opinion. Can you explain your opinion? I think ghosting, I think there's a certain level of courtesy. Again, if it's first match, first message, ghost all way, king or queen. But if you've, especially if you've been on a date, I think you owe somebody a simple message. I think you owe somebody I think the courtesy of human interaction. What do you feel worse about, someone ghosting you or saying they're done? Interesting. I mean, I think 100% ghosting would be worse, in my opinion. In my opinion. But the obvious takeaway from this is that people have told somebody, hey, I had a nice time, but I think I'm not interested in dating again. Appreciate you or whatever. And then received like anger. That could be fucked up. But I just feel like if you've been on a date, if you've done an actual date with somebody, to just completely cut them out and say nothing, it just feels so dehumanizing, and you wouldn't want it yourself. It's a simple treat others the way you want to be treated. Sorry, Punch, what did you say? What's this? Oh, explain our DMs then. Punch, we're not dating, okay? I'm not ghosting you in that way. I am ignoring you. That's difference, okay? That's difference. What are some of these messages I'm ghosting so much, Punch? 100 emoji. Can I have $100 to shop on Amazon with, bro? I want to make some purchases. And then you link me a Facebook meme. Of when no one but you understands how perfect 92 to 95 Civics are. What do I say to that? It's not even that I'm ghosting you. It's that there is no response to this. This is the nothing has ever asked for a damn that's crazy more. And I respect you too much to say damn that's crazy. I respect you too much for that. So I'm just going to read it and smile. That's what I'm going to do. I will read it and smile. It's extra funny. This is suggested for you. Your Facebook is literally suggesting you 92 to 95 Civics memes. That's algorithm. That's why Mark Zuckerberg gets paid the big bucks. That's crazy. And then before that, you sent me a bunch of pictures of your new Civic, I believe. No, your new BMW. In front of a Taco Bell. Which I'm happy for you. That's actually sick. I actually would have responded if I saw this one. I didn't see this one. Because you sent it at 2:49 a.m. You sent me the hey you up of fucking car photos. Can I show this photo? You're not going to mind. Check that out. Sheesh. 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 This dude's crushing it. He's killing it. Dude's fucking eating good. He's getting fourth meal. Rainbow, find him. And then your messages before that are just asking for my Steam trading cards. So it just feels like you want stuff from me, you know? Doesn't feel like you just want to talk. I'll trade you cars. Possibly that would work for me. I have an old Honda Fit. What is this? There's a reason Bumble exists. The whole pitch for men to join is that women message first. It was even in their ads targeted to men. I've just never heard anyone say women message first more. Wait, what do you mean? Are you replying to someone else? I lost the message. That was wrong messages. I don't know where you guys are going. As a woman, I'm not joining that shit. You're not joining Bumble? Why is that? What is the fear of Bumble? Because you don't want to message? Or what's the deal? Because it has a B. B's in your name. Bumblebee. Women on Bumble just say hi and then you lead the conversation. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's the same thing as swiping on Tinder, right? You have to match. So them messaging is the same as matching. It's the same. That seems fine, by the way. That seems fine. Not I don't know. I think that seems fine. What do you want me to say? I guess, what do you want them to say? By saying hi, they're saying, hi, I'm interested in your profile. Do you want to talk? Blur told you the first message men has to send has to be interesting, but women don't. Yeah. No, that is the fact of it, but you're just mad at the world. Do you understand? I get what you're saying, but you're mad at the situation. And it's like, you don't be mad at women. That's just that's the situation. That's what because they can message hi and you still are excited about the match and want to respond. Whereas the other thing is the other way around is not true. Do you? So you can't be mad at them if for whatever reason that dynamic was switched and you could message hi and it would work, you would do it too. Okay? Just stop judging people for things you would also do. Okay? Let's all just admit that we're all humans responding to the meta. Whatever the meta is, we are responding to it. So don't become an incel and start thinking women are fucking inherently evil because they're fucking playing the exact same game, and that's the meta. The meta is fucking, Katarina's good mid, and they're playing Cat, and you're like, why are you fucking playing Katarina? So fucking bullshit. Why the fuck are you playing Katarina? It's so lame. It's like, all right, well, she's good right now. It's a good meta. Being straight is so complicated, I would never. Well, we also talked about lesbian sex death, which is like the dopest band name I could ever imagine. But it turns out that although gay dating apps are instantly sexual, lesbian dating apps, much more difficult. And again, we didn't have any hands-on experience here. This is more friends of friends. But it's different. Apparently, it's very common for something called lesbian sex death, where lesbian women will get into a relationship and then just completely stop sex. Like a completely lose all sexual energy. You should get Drake on to talk about his experiences. I don't know if Drake's on dating apps. Once he dick picked the world. Twitter and Instagram and news articles are Drake's dating apps. He's a lesbian. Yeah, it's true. He's a lesbian. This girl messaged me just meow on Hinge. What should I say? I mean, she's a furry, bro. Get into it. Say arf. Yeah, start barking. Bark, bark, milady. Meowdy, partner. Imagine telling your kids this is how you met their mother. That's crazy. That's crazy. Rate my big A pickup line. Are you an Atrioc fan? Because your hands are looking gliztacular. Flirt. I rate it very poorly. I think this would not be effective. No, I don't think this would be an effective flirty pickup line. I think this would... Here's what I will say, though. If they hear that... If you send this message and you get a message back, you're in. It's a 100% success rate if they message back. If they don't immediately ghost, you're 100% in. So it's a perfect test. It's a filter. It's a 100% filter. By the way, thank you, Thick Nick, for the 10 months. Hope you feel better. Poison sucks. Oh, yeah. So anyway, I'm fucking sick. Sorry. Did I have anything else I wanted to say about this? The reason I'm not spoiling it all is because I want to bring them on. They both agreed they would like to come on stream and tell their stories. We'll do a big dating in America in 2024 segment. Talk about what it's like, the hassles, the pains. Maybe we even get people to submit some shit. I think it'll be fun. I think it's very interesting. So I'll move on past this for now because I do have more stories to tell, but I'm realizing it'll be funnier if they're here and I want to take all their shit. So we'll do that, okay? Now, we did that all the way down. We talked about life and dating and life and love and all sorts of shit. It was a very good conversation. We get to Genesis. I see my boys. I have a good time. People are nice. I take some pics with some Atrioc fans. If any of them are here, hi. Everyone was really nice. Appreciate that. I'm trying to think when the first crazy thing happened. I go to the tournament. People challenge me to a lot of money matches. I generally don't accept unless I'm live. I go to the tournament. So if you guys don't know, Smash tournaments are just big fucking open warehouses with tons of setups. Everyone's just playing Melee the whole time. All of the brackets are completely open, so anyone can enter, anyone can win. It's like if Counter-Strike tournaments, you could just show up and win with your homies and go all the way to the top. It's like that, okay? And so I'm playing at these tournaments, and I'm playing at these tournaments, and first thing I notice, if you haven't played Melee, you won't understand this. But for the longest, Melee is a very old game. It came out in 2001. So it's 23 years old. And when I first got into Melee, which is like 2014, every game was played in person. It's an in-person game. You have to go to somebody's fucking garage and plug in a GameCube and practice, okay? 10 years ago. I've been in the scene for 10 years now. And to go to tournaments, they'd be in like some comic shop or the back alley of like you have to go to these tournaments and you play, and or be someone's house, and that's where tournaments were all over the country. And I did that for a while, and it was really fun. But then recently, around COVID, around 2020, they came out with Slippy, which is a way to play lagless online. So ever since 2020, you can play lagless online play Melee, and because of that, everyone got fucking incredibly good. Like people got way better, and a lot of new people got in the game. No, it is lagless. It's completely, I mean, it is essentially the same as playing offline. It's incredibly good. Slippy did a fantastic job. It's true rollback netcode. So that changed everything. So this tournament, again, is the first time, not the first time, but like, I truly noticed it this time. When you sit down to play a random person in 2024 at a big tournament, they are more than likely cracked. They're cracked. Whereas before, because my peak is like a top 32 in a bracket. Okay. I used to get out of pools pretty regularly at tournaments I went to. So I was never good. I was never good at the game, but I was solid, and I played with good players. And so I was decent. Okay. And I would go to tournaments and I would beat most people I didn't know. At this tournament, everybody I played, every random person was cracked. Now, sometimes because they'd either be nervous, because I usually have somebody behind me cheering for me, or I was streaming or whatever, they might fuck up. They might get nervous because they fuck up, or I might cheese them because I play pretty cheesy. I'll just be honest with you. The way I describe my play style in Melee is I'm a bullfighter where I'm getting the shit kicked out of me by somebody much stronger than me, and then I go, Olay! And that's where I will throw them off the stage and then gimp them. So that's what I'll do. That's how I play. And so I'm not saying I didn't win. I won a decent amount. You can see the matches I played. But like compared to before, I feel like I was on average getting fucked up. People were just fast. Everyone is so fucking cracked out of their mind fast now. With all characters. And so I was impressed. I was impressed, but also scared. Like I would just walk around and just sit at different setups and play people. And it'd be some guy who's like, yeah, I started playing a year ago. And before in Melee, if someone said they started playing a year ago, they're trash. Like if in 2016, you're like, I started playing a year ago, they're trash. They're just trash, bro. And now they're 1 year ago and they're fucking schmoving. They're fucking incredibly cracked. I play Red Sheik. So yeah, I play for. I'm not saying I am LeBron James of Melee. I am saying I'm a dude that hung out at Twitch office and played every day with, Scar and Nintendude and, good players. That's all. I just played with them all the time, and so I got decent. And now I'm playing people that are fucking crazy good. And I'm talking to these people, and I'm like, this guy's clearly very good, and then I didn't check, but I'm assuming just based on their tag and everything, they went, 1 and 2 in pools and are out of the tournament. like they got, you know, next to last place. They didn't even do well. I went to Genesis top 8 and it was Pog. Yeah, so that was the first thing I noticed about Melee is like in the year of our Lord 2024, every player is good, which means the top players doing what they do is even more impressive because they're fighting through a gauntlet of killers all the way to the fucking top. It's pretty fucking crazy. Every round they're playing is hard. There's so many good players. Yeah, like the player that won this year, whose name is Cody, is so damn good at the game. If you were to teleport him back 5 years, he would just, it would be like a fucking freak alien. Nobody would touch him. J-Mook, so here's the thing. So the player I'm the biggest fan of, his name is J-Mook. Let me show you. J-Mook is the only good Sheik. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. There's a lot of quote unquote good Sheiks. Look at J-Mook. Holy shit. Look at this chat energy. This is J-Mook. He's the only Sheik that will actually could win a tournament. I guess Plup. You're right. I'm sorry, Plup. Plup is also fucking amazing at Sheik, but Plup also plays Fox. I mean, the only good solo Sheik. And again, I think Spark is amazing. I think Kirby Kaze is amazing. I think, you know, Captain Face Roll is amazing. But I don't think they're like that top 4 level. So, J-Mook's the only one. He's the only one that plays my character that is that fucking cracked. And he's the only shit that made it in his top 8. All right, let me see if I can show you what the room looked like. Let me show you what the room looked like. Wow, fuck, dude. I Googled Genesis and I get a fucking car. Yeah, this is it. Dude, look at this. Okay. So here's the top 8. The coolest thing about Smash Bros is after the, you know, the day 1 and 2 about Genesis, after day 1 and 2, where it's all in a warehouse and kind of like drab, they go into this fucking cool theater and everyone crowds in and we watch the actual top 8. And it's fucking, and everyone gets fucking loud and it's hype. It's like very fucking hype. Is that you in the middle? That's an old photo. I'm in there somewhere, but I don't know if I was in this one. It doesn't smell. No, it doesn't smell, bro. You guys are haters. You haven't been there. Where's Waldo? So anyway, I go in the tournament. Day 1 and 2 it goes well. I meet people, whatever. Fine. Everyone's pretty good. Best players do well. J-Mook does really well. Makes it to top 8. Okay. And I get the top 8. Now last year, J-Mook won this tournament. This is him winning last year. He became the first Sheik to ever do it. The first solo Sheik to ever win a super major ever. And I was right here in the front row. I lost my mind. I won more from sitting my ass in the front row and gambling than 3rd place in this tournament. I won $3,000 when he won. I won $1,500 from Slime. I won $500 from Blur. And I won another $500. Like $1,000 from other people in the crowd. Okay? I got insanely good amounts of money. And so all of that was sitting in my Venmo. And I basically never use Venmo except for paying out bets and for paying for meals when there's a group. So I still have a good chunk. I probably had like $2,200 left in my Venmo for this tournament from what happened last year. And I'm ready to gamble, brother. And let me tell you, I don't want to put a downer on the mood here. When we got to top 8 this year, J-Mook did not do so well. J-Mook had a much rougher tournament this year. He is not the 2-time champion. And I put a lot of money on J-Mook. His first match was against Amsa, a Yoshi. What I did was, so I should tell you the story from the beginning. So, I have a VIP badge. And I thought, because like in previous years, they saved like the first 3 rows if you have a VIP badge. You could show up, you could put the VIP badge, you can get a seat. This year, they said no. First 2 rows are staff only. I'm not staff. Fuck, I can't get a seat. And I show up a little late. I show up during the end of Ultimate Top 8. I hang out with Dr. Battle for a bit. He's got great seats right here, actually. Probably should have just fucking kicked it with him, save some money. But I'm watching, I don't want to be mean here, but Ultimate is the most boring fucking game in the world. I wanted to fucking Minecraft myself watching Ultimate. The Ultimate Top 8 is just Sonic fucking bouncing around for 19 minutes. Thank God there was no Steve. I think he was banned. But if you go to any other Ultimate tournament, you have to watch Sonic versus Steve for fucking 4 hours. It makes you want to fucking... It's so awful. Light is great. And I met Light. Light and I had a long talk at the bar. I told him he's the only fun Ultimate player. Okay? He's great. But anyway, I get there during Ultimate. I'm trying to find a seat. I'm with some friends. Whatever. We can't figure it out. Now, also, Ben SW, if you type not like this in chat, he's the ultimate homie. He is always front row at every Smash Major. He always figures it out. He's not staff, but he figures it out. This tournament is the same. He figured it out. He's front row. I don't know how he did it. He's front row. But unlike other times, he can't get me a seat. I'm often sitting next to him. Like last year, instance, I'm sitting next to him front row. We figure it out. This time, he couldn't do it. Like they were being dead strict. So I'm kind of fucked. I can't get a seat. And I'm like, shit, I'm not going to be able to sit anywhere. I'm not going to be able to enjoy it. So what I do is I start walking around and I'm like, I will pay $100 for a seat. I'm waving money. $100 for a seat. And then people, some people are like, because they're all smashers, bro. Like people all want to take it. So they go, I don't know. And then I start upping the price. So eventually I'm like, I will give $250 for a seat. Because I want a good seat, bro. I want a good seat. I want to sit. It's one of my favorite experiences of the year is being in the front rows at Genesis, cheering for my favorite players. I love Smash Bros. To me, it is a sporting event. I've gone to baseball games, I've gone to basketball games, I've gone to football games. I enjoy it with friends, but I never have as much fun. I never get so into it. I never cheer like crazy. You guys may have seen me cheer for J-Mook on stream. It is 10x more. I lose my voice. My voice is kind of gone. I love cheering at a Smash event. So I go 250. Some guy in the front, the second front row next to Scar goes, he's like, that'll pay for my flight home. He's thinking, and he's like, I'll do it for 300. And I'm like, bro, 300? 300? You're milking me for an extra 50 on this seat that you just randomly got lucked into because you wanted to watch Ultimate more than me? Everyone that had good seats sat there through all of Ultimate. Either they were staff or they sat through 4 hours of Steve and Sonic. So I'm like, 300? I'm like, bro, I can't do 300. He goes, 275. I go, deal. I go, fucking deal. And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? No big deal. I'll just make it back on the bets. All right? I'll make it back on the bets. I mean, I'm up 3K from last year. What's 275 if I get to make great bets from the front? All right? So, 275. I pay him instantly, and I sit down, and I'm right next to Scar and Hugs, which is like two amazing people to watch a top 8 with. I love both those guys, and they know a lot about the game. They're commentators in their own right. It's fun. I mean, it's it's a good seat. So I'm feeling good about it. Do I have the Elmo laugh? It's because my voice is gone because of cheering for J-Mook. So I got the seat. I'm sitting there. We're shooting the shit. We're vibing. We're watching top 8. They played the Melee intro. The vibes are good. Everyone starts cheering. This gets me going, bro. They got us on the big screen. When they play the Sheik part, wait, right here. All the Sheik players lose their mind. Yeah, Sheik! You know, the vibes are great. They're immaculate. And the first match comes up, and it's like, I don't even remember who it was. Fuck. I think it was a Fox Ditto between... Oh, it was Zayn H-Box. It was Zayn H-Box. Yeah, it was Zayn H-Box, and I bet on Zayn. So the first thing I do is I bet on Zayn, because, you know, he's Moist Moguls. He's my boy. I'm not a big fan of Puff. I bet on Zayn. I make money. So I made like, you know, maybe $120. And this is how I bet, by the way. I stand up in my seat. I'm in like the second row. There's a bunch of people behind me. I turn around and I go, who likes H-Box? And I wave some money. This is how I bet. And then someone will go, I got 20 on H-Box. And then I'll be like, all right, deal. And someone will be like, I got 50 on H-Box. And I'll do like this. So that's how I do. Okay, that's my I do my bets. So I'm making bets. I'm making all these bets, and I won on the first match. Then another match happens. I win again. I'm doing pretty well, and I'm feeling. I think I already by second match had won my money back for the seat. So I'm like, I'm fucking cooking. And then the third match, maybe the fourth, but whatever. Early match is Jmook, and it's Jmook versus Amsa, who's the greatest Yoshi to ever live. And Amsa is kind of favored in this matchup because he's beaten Jmook the last 9 times or whatever. But I feel like I'm the main character because of last year. Because of last year when I bet Jmook against the field versus Slime for $500, got 3-1 odds. I just feel like, oh, these guys think they know the stats, but I know that Jmook's the GOAT. No one's going to beat Jmook 10 times in a row. So I go, who likes Amsa? I'll take any amount on Jmook. And this one, unlike the other ones, everybody thinks, oh, this is easy money. Like, everyone wants to take a piece of my fucking action because they think they can just fucking crush me. So I start getting a line of people. Like, everybody starts jumping up. I'm not kidding, like 15 to 20 people. So they start pointing at me and going, 20, 50, 35. Like, I'm going, yes, 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 yes. Now, here's the thing. First thing I realize when I sit back down is that I've agreed to more bets than I can remember. And I don't know any of them. I don't know these people. So, like, if I win these bets, they might not even pay me. That's the first thing I realized, is I just pointed at a bunch of people in a crowd, and I have no, like, if they were to just slink down after they lost, they would just not pay me. I have no way of following up. Which is fucked up. Which is fucked up. However, I'll tell you this from experience. If they win, they do not forget. They do not forget. Okay? So, they all fucking... So, Jmook gets rocked. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. He has every reason in the world to have a little bit of an off tournament. I don't hold anything against him. I think he's the fucking GOAT of Sheik. I think he's going to have a great year. He just moved to LA. I think we're going to become boys, okay? He hugged me like 7 times at the bar. I think he was drunk. He kept giving me hugs, bro. He gave me a lot of hugs. But he got fucked over by Amsa. He just got beaten. And the second that the match is over, I get a line of people by my seat. A line. Literally, people form into a single file line with their Venmos out to get paid. Everyone's got their fucking QR code out. And like, I don't even remember the amounts that I told them. I'm taking it on trust. They're not lying to me. Like, if we bet 20 and they write 30 or 50, I'm just paying it. It's fucked. It's actually fucked, bro. And so everyone is just handing me a fucking, their Venmo, and I'm scanning it, and they're like 50 or 40 or 30 or whatever. I'm paying. And I had a big bet with Lud, who showed up like right as it started. I had a big bet with Lud for like $200 on the game on Jmook Amsa. And I lost that bet, but I messaged Lud, I'm like, double or nothing on Jmook Moki, because Moki's his player, whatever. Okay, so I lost all the money to random people, and I double or nothing Lud. But I'm like, J-Mook's at least going to fuck up Moki, right? So I'll double or nothing, and I'll make it back. It's not a big deal, okay? J-Mook is obviously going to fuck up Moki. He's the Fox Slayer. Moki gets nervous. Dude, this is easy. This is a slam dunk. So, again, I do some more bets. What I wanted to tell you is that, like, every bet that wasn't about J-Mook, I didn't get very much action, but I won them all. Like, I wasn't losing bets outside of this, but it didn't amount to very much. I would win like $40, $50. And then when J-Mook would come up, I would get all of these takers, and it blew out my whole fucking... So J-Mook Moki happens, and it's unfortunate. It's a great set, game 5 set, but J-Mook loses. So I lose $400 to Lud, and again, another line of people. And these bets were even bigger. So all in all, I'm just going to let you guys know, I lost $1,200 betting on J-Mook. I lost $1,200. $1,200. That being said, my Venmo still up. I'm still up. Thank God for Slime, is all I'm saying. Thank God for Slime giving me 3-1 odds last year. But my Venmo is no longer flush. Next time someone asks me to pay for the whole check, I'm going to have to check. You know, we're going to start making a smaller tip. My Venmo is no longer up. Yeah, boy math. Yeah, this is 100% boy math. So anyway, J-Mook gets fucked twice. And then every match after that, the person I want to pick is the favorite. So there's like nobody's going to give me any good action. So I didn't make much money after that. So yeah, I netted out around down $1,200, which is a pretty big discrepancy from last year. So anyway, yeah, long story short, I want to introduce my new sponsor, Honkai Star Rail. I want to introduce my new sponsor, Vapes for Children. Vapes for Children is our new sponsor of today's stream. DraftKings is partnering with Vapes for Children to bring you a new mobile game where you can bet on sports while also getting cigarettes delivered straight to your door. It's a real slam dunk. Use code Atrioc at checkout. Okay, so anyway, the tournament goes on. Amsa, who you probably don't know, but he's a Japanese player, doesn't have very good English. He's a very lovable guy. He's the only player to play Yoshi at a top level ever, basically in the whole history of the game. He makes Yoshi look broken. He almost wins the tournament, gets to finals, beats a bunch of people that are amazing, barely loses to Cody, the world's best fox. Unfortunate, but it's a great tournament. Overall, a really good top 8. A lot of great things. Unfortunate for me about J-Mook, but still a very fun time. One of the best non-Mango top 8s in the history of Melee. Very good time. I'm down $1,200, but I felt like it was free money with boy math, so I'm not salty. I'm having a good time. And that's the end of what I would say is the bad news part of the story, because I want to tell you what happens next, which is pretty cool. After the tournament is over, I get invited to go to dinner with some streamers that I haven't met before, via Nick and Lud. And so I go out to dinner at this, this restaurant Mosaic, I think, that I'd been to in SJ. And I get to meet some streamers that I've never met, including Liam. Liam, the Mario 64 streamer, Super Mario 64. And also, is his name, how do you say his name? The French guy. He's awesome. I can't get his name right. Etoiles? Etole? Etoile? How do you say his name? Etoile? Etoile. Etoile. Etoile? Etoile. Etoile. Is that it? Etoile? He's fucking awesome. That guy is so funny. So I'm sitting next to him and we talk a lot. He tells me, first of all, I don't recognize him. I don't know anything about him. I don't know about French streamers. I'm not connected. I'm not in that way. I'm just talking with him like he's a dude. I just know he's a dude. I don't know that he's a big streamer. And we're talking about, you know, just funny things, laughing. And we mentioned some content stuff. And that's when I find out he's a streamer. And I'm talking about, I think I talked about the live stream I did with the backpack or whatever. And he's like, oh, dude, I did this IRL stream where I rented out the Louvre. And immediately I'm like, oh, this guy's like the biggest streamer in France. This guy's a fucking gazillionaire. That's impossible. I'm like almost like thinking I misheard him, and he's like showing me pictures. He literally had the entire Louvre to himself. He's in front of the Mona Lisa with no crowd. That's fucking crazy. That's insane. I mean, that's the coolest fucking stream I've ever heard of. How much did that cost? I asked him. I was like, bro, how much did that cost? That's crazy. He's like, guess what? They did it for free. He's such a big streamer in France. The Louvre gave him that place for free as marketing for kids to be in the museums. To be in the museum. That's fucking crazy. So anyway, this guy's kind of legit. I mean, this guy's fucking awesome. He's also really funny. He also knows Smash. I know I'm getting along. He's really well. Also, sitting across from me is Connor Dog VA. Sea-Dog, who I know of, but have never spoken to. And I'm going to give you my honest thing. I want to tell you this. I actually met him at Genesis Top 8. This is not the picture, but imagine I'm sitting like right here, okay? And Sea-Dog is like right here. And I'm walking over here to get like drinks or go to the bathroom. And he like daps me up and he's like, yo, I love marketing Mondays. That's the first thing he says to me. That's the first thing Sea-Dog ever says to me is that he loves marketing Mondays, which is crazy. Because in my experience, I thought he had no idea who I was. I thought he had no idea who I was. And also, you know, if it's a big streamer, I have no idea. Either they don't know me or they have a bad opinion of me, right? That's the only thing I know. I'm afraid, I never used to have this, but I have this anxiety about talking to big streamers because I'm worried they're going to have some fucking bad opinion of me. That's my honest opinion. It's like scary. It's like I get a fear that I didn't used to have because I'm a pretty outgoing person. I'm a pretty social person, but I get this fear. And so I was like, I'm not going to talk to him. I just figured I wouldn't talk to him. But he talked to me. He goes, what's up? I love Marketing Mondays. And so I'm like, oh, well, that's fucking awesome. That's really cool. And so I'm talking to him at the dinner, and I'm telling him, oh, I loved your Fear and Hunger playthrough. Because when I was working on a video, actually, I still haven't finished it. But actually, I'm not going to talk about it because you guys are going to get fucking annoying. I was working on a video. While I was grinding his video, I watched his Fear and Hunger playthrough, the whole thing. I just had it on a second monitor. So, by the way, if I'm not done with the video, blame him because his video I think it was too entertaining. So yeah, I was working on it and watched this whole playthrough and it was really fun. And I told him that, and so we were vibing. And it was just cool. It was just a good, you know, it was really nice. It was a very nice dinner. I really enjoyed it. Everyone was really nice. And then Liam's sitting really far from me, so I don't really get to talk to him. And we say a couple things. We introduce each other. I meet his girlfriend. We shake hands. Say nice. But then at the end of it, when I'm walking out, like when we're all leaving, I talk to him like, yo, Liam, I love your stuff. And he goes, wait a minute, I thought you didn't know who I was. Like he thought I was like, I didn't know who he was the whole dinner. And then I tell him, no, dude, I think you're like the funniest streamer at interacting with your chat. I think you say to chat what every streamer wants to say, but doesn't have the balls. And then he goes, that's awesome because I saw a clip of you that saw me one time where you thought I was an asshole. And I was like, bro, yes, I did. Because you guys don't know, the first time I ever saw Liam, I talked about it on stream. I was like, dude, this guy's an asshole. But since then, I watched much more Liam and realized he's very funny. So I told him that. So that goes with it. So anyway, what I'm saying is all of these conversations go pretty well. So it was good. I mean, it was a very, for me, it was a very, very fun and satisfying dinner. Oh, it was the Gamba? I don't know. I didn't see it. Am I living under a rock? Who's Liam? He's just a very funny Mario 64 streamer that talks a lot of shit on his chat. But in a funny way. How was the food? The food was awful. We were at a restaurant that was basically closed, probably had one person working in the kitchen, and there was 7 of us. And we ordered only fucking appetizers to share, and they would come out with one every 15 minutes. And they were like cold. It was like cold sliders, cold fries. Yeah, that was the whole thing. So it was more about the conversation. So we did that. That dinner was great. I had that. I did the boxing, I think later the next day. I mean, no, actually this day after. And then we went out to the Guild House, which was like this big bar that had everybody partying after the top 8. And again, at a Smash tournament, all of the good players can't drink, except for Mango, until after the top 8 is over. So the whole weekend, they're like in their hotel rooms grinding. And then after Sunday night, they fucking get absolutely shit-faced. I mean, like ambulance levels of shit-faced. The Sunday night, like normally, like I went to a lot of esports and gaming events over the course of my time at Twitch. Usually the Twitch party would be on like Saturday night. Everyone gets drunk Saturday night. Sunday, you take it easy, then you fly back. But for Smash events, everyone gets fucking pissed drunk Sunday night and tries to figure out life on Monday. And so I go to the Guild House and everyone's fucking drunk off their ass, dude. Everyone is so wasted. And I'm walking around the Guild House and people are just like, you know, saying, hey, taking pics, dapping me up, talking about shit. I got in a long conversation with J-Mook about life and moving to LA, which is really cool. And then I got a conversation with Light about how he wants to get into content and like wants to learn about what content's like. And I'm like, you know, it's going to be different for you because you're a Smash player versus Variety. But, and what are you guys betting on? Did Omsa get pissed? Everyone got pissed, dude. Everyone that was there was drinking way too much. Audio breaking up? No, it's not. It's fine. I think it's good. No, Mango did drink, but Mango is on his no drinking arc, I guess. I saw Mango at the hotel bar pounding mimosas the morning of the top 8, but in a classy way, a classy couple of mimosas. And he was exchanging Peloton information with somebody else, which means he's about that fitness life, okay? He's about that fitness life. He was doing a couple mimosas. He also looks better. He looks better. I think he's getting healthier. I think he's unironically getting healthier. So yeah, he's on his Peloton info. Is Mango in the egg carton? Not everyone that has a Peloton is in the egg carton, bro. They're very, very popular, especially in California. He should be. They should be, but he's not. Anyway, so he was doing that. That's what I saw him. He didn't get that drunk on the night of. But a lot of people got drunk, which was fun. And anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is that the bar was really fucking loud. And so every conversation I had was somebody coming up to me, tapping me on the shoulder, pounding me on the shoulder, going, what's up, Big A? And like, right in my face. So I got the full germ blast of every single smasher. Like 200 smashers. And so the bar finally shuts down at maybe 2 a.m. and they kick everybody out. And I'm like, I'm trying to find one of our friends. And I ask Blur, I'm like, Blur, have you seen this friend of ours? To make sure they're okay, because they were drinking a lot. And Blur goes, I just took a huge fucking edible. His eyes are wide like this. I just took a huge fucking edible, Brandon. I don't know. So Blur's of no help. Okay? He's of legitimately no help. His eyes are wide as the fucking moon. I can't get anything out of him. So I have to find this person myself. Don't have luck. I end up going back to the hotel room where we're staying at like 3 a.m. And Scar and Ben SW and Toph are all watching Training Day with Denzel Washington. They've put on Training Day in our hotel room and ordered a whole fuck ton of Domino's pizza, which is Scar's classic. This is Scar's ultimate Melee tournament routine. He puts on a movie and eats Domino's pizza. Training Day is my favorite movie of all time, so obviously I can't go to bed. So I sit down and I watch the last hour and a half of Training Day until 4:45 a.m. eating pizza. And then we talk about Training Day afterwards. So I go to bed at like 5 fucking a.m. Last night was literally a movie. And I wake up at like 6 a.m. and I'm shivering and sweating. I've instantly gotten a fever. Okay? So I instantly, like, I'm already sick. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm like, I have chills on through my body and there's like sweat in the bed. And I'm like, oh shit. So I get a towel and I sleep on that. And I keep waking up and I'm like starting to feel fucking worse and worse and worse, which is extra bad. Because if you know, you go to cons or gaming events or whatever, you'll often get sick after you go, but it doesn't kick in till like the flight home. You know what I'm saying? And then you get it maybe almost the day after. If you're getting it the night of, it's bad. It's like instant acting. So I'm super duper feeling shitty the day of. I can barely sleep. And then I wake up the next day and I feel like fucking death itself. We try to go to breakfast. I get out of bed. I try to muster up all my strength to go to breakfast with everybody. We get to the restaurant. I immediately go to the corner. I stack all of the pillows from like 3 booths. It's these long fancy hotel booths with pillows in them. I stack them and I just lay down. They're all talking. They're all talking and having breakfast. I am literally just passed out. I've taken over a booth and made a and I get like a good hour of snoozing in because they're doing a long breakfast. And then the fucking waitress is like, hey, you can't sleep here. Like I'm homeless. Like she's like nudging me up. You can't sleep here. You have to get up, which is bad. All right. Obviously, this fucking sucks. I'm a paying customer, by the way. I'm a paying customer. So I get booted out. So I have to go sit in a fucking chair, basically in the corner, and do this. Just head in my hands. I'm doing the not like this pose 5 feet from Mr. Not Like This himself. And I just feel so fucking incredibly shitty. And then we finally, not till, again, after breakfast, our room is forced checkout by noon. So I can't go back to the room. Everybody leaves except for me and Blur. And Rachel got also pretty drunk the night before. Not to put her on the spot, but she did. And so she can't, it's her car. So we can't drive until she's ready. And she's not ready till like 4 p.m. I think she woke up at like 2 p.m. So you know what I'm saying? Our car is in a bad way. We're all hungover. Rachel's in chat. All right, Rachel's in chat. She says 1 p.m., not women. She says 1 p.m. Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. I think it was more like 4, okay? It was late. The point is, I'm hungover as all as shit. And she shows up. Blur's feeling chipper as hell. Blur's like Mr. Smiley. We're both hungover. Then we get in the car and we have to drive back 6 fucking hours back to LA. And for the first hour of it, they're both having a pretty good conversation, and I'm trying to join in, but I feel so shitty I can't do it. So I'm like in the back seat, like just rocking back and forth, trying to like add some jokes to the fucking conversation. Because I want, the conversation on the way up was so enjoyable to me that I wanted to be part of it on the way back down, but I can't do it. Like oh, yeah, I'm sorry. The conversation was, again, when I say good conversation, I mean very honest conversation. Not good in like it was deep. In that Rachel here is telling us how she used to read fan fiction, sexual fan fiction for the books Warrior Cats. If you guys don't know Warrior Cats, I didn't either. Sorry to put you on blast, Rachel, but you did bring it up. You brought it up, okay? These are the Warrior Cats. Let's just say they're actual cats is all I'm saying. They're actual cats. She insists she's not a furry. Interesting. They're just cats to me. Anyway, apparently the books went crazy. Apparently people that read them loved them. And she loved them. And then when she got older, started reading erotica. But as we found from this conversation, everyone has things they looked at on the internet when they were fucking 14 years old that ruined their mind forever. The theme of the conversation for the first half, I think, was like shit you saw on the internet when you were a kid that you absolutely fucking shouldn't have. I will not reveal some of Blur's. He can do it if he's live, all right, if he's here. The point is, it's all terrible. But it's a good convo, and I want to be part of it, but I feel shitty. So we get like an hour and a half, 2 hours in, and we stop for a food place. Turns out to be like the best fucking barbecue place I've had in a hot minute. We get delicious fucking barbecue. Good cornbread, good ribs, good fucking beans and slaw. It was good. It was fucking actually fucking good. And it gives me life. It briefly gives me life. And for the next 2 hours, I actually feel like a human being again. And I feel cured. I feel like temporarily cured. And then we have a really fucking good combo. It was very fun. All that goes well. I don't know that if I can repeat anything. All I remember is like jokes, and I don't want to, all of them out of context. I don't think are good. We'll have to stream it sometime. I think it's all fine if it's streamed, but I don't, like saying it as a line feels odd. So anyway, we get back and it's like late. It's late. It's like, 8 p.m. It's dark. It's raining heavy. They dropped me off in my car. My car is at their place. It's still 45 minutes from my place. I get out, I get in my car, and I instantly feel shitty again. And it's just pouring rain. And I got rained on moving my luggage. So I just sit in my car with the heat on. Like I drive like a little bit and then I pull over. And I sit in my car with the heat on and I put the seat back and I just rock. And like Ari's messaging me like, when are you getting home? When are you getting home? And I'm just like rocking, dude, because I feel so fucking terrible. And I'm like in the rain, in the dark, at night, far from home. Oh, it was bad. It is a low point. And then I finally get home. I see Ari and my dog, and I feel good. And that's finally good. And I give him a hug, and I feel good. But then I feel shitty again, and I lay in bed, and I wake up and sweat a bunch of times during the night. And it was bad. And then today I feel a little bit better, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to stream. That's where I'm at. That was my story. I don't know if I missed anything from Genesis, but that's the main thing. It was an arc. It was a journey. It was a saga. And it reminded me of how much I love spending time with friends in person. It is the lifeblood and joy of all life. It is the reason we're on this earth. Make time to do it. You'll never regret it. And did you get any gifts? Oh, of course I did. Let me mention that. So, Ben, where's that deck that you knocked down? also forgot to mention, on day 2 of the event, there was a Magic event in the corner. There was like a Magic draft in the back of the Smash event. They were just hosting one. And I joined the Magic draft with Dr. Battle and Evan Gao. And I was like, all right, time to fucking finally play Magic with somebody I don't know IRL, really. Like, compared to, you know, I usually only go with Ari or people I know. And it's fucking... If you're a Magic head, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, pretend I'm saying Glub Shido, okay? They're like, okay, we're going to do a Magic draft. We're going to do New Capenna, which is like a random fucking bum-ass set from like a year and a half ago. It's like completely boring and stupid. It's like totally mid set that nobody cares about. It's Glub Shido, okay? So, all right, we're going to do New Capenna, whatever. I don't remember anything about it. So I draft New Capenna, and then I got to be honest with you, it's very fun chilling with Dr. Battle and Evan Gao. They're very nice people IRL. They brought some friends that are nice too. The vibes are good. But the thing is not very well run, and it's going really fucking slowly. So, it's taking very, very long. It's taking very, very long to get to the games. And then when I get to the games, I'm finished with my games and like quickly. And then everyone else, Dr. Battle took fucking an hour and a half for like one game. And we have to wait for him. He's just sitting there grinding it out. He's slow rolling the whole rest of the table. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating at all. There is actually a 40-minute gap between when I finish my set with my opponent and when Dr. Battle finishes his set with his opponent. That is not a lie at all. I go and get snacks twice. Okay? That is true. That is true. That is true. So I'm not fucking ADD here, but I'm getting pretty fucking bored. I'm getting pretty fucking bored because I usually can knock these out much more quickly. So I play my first round, whatever, takes forever. And then for the second round, I'm like, I can't wait anymore. So I don't even wait for the tournament organizer. I just say my next round opponent is Evan Gao. I just declare it to the table. I just go, my next opponent is Evan Gao. That's who it's going to be. And then I start playing Evan Gao because I just want to play somebody I know and have a good time. I just force it down mid. And then I play Evan Gao. Wax his ass. Quick fucking 2-0. I'm sorry. Quick fucking 2-0. And then I leave. I just leave. And then I tell the TO that the next round is going to be me versus Evan Gao. And it's a 2-0. So it's unfortunate, but I did leave an impression, okay? So that was good. But anyway, Dr. Battle gave me this, which is a custom Magic the Gathering Commander set where every single card, I don't know if you can see these, every single card has been rebranded to League of Legends. Like this is Echo. This is Echo. This is, Soul Shackle. This is Senna. Put your hand behind it and close to the camera. Let me see if that works. You know what? I can show you guys. Let's see. It's going to be hard with the light, bro. No, it's not going to work. Anyway, it's a really nice gift. It's a really nice gift. And there's Poppy and there's, I don't know, every card, it's 100 different cards and there's Ezreal. There's no Fizz for some fucking reason. Yikes. But it's a very fucking nice gift. And because I only play this with my wife, we play Magic Commander with each other. It's going to be really fun. The only problems are thus. Number one, there's no Fizz or Pantheon or Twisted Fate. So there's no champions that I like. There's no champions that I like in this whole deck. That's fine. Number two is that this deck is busted. He got me like the most busted. Like when you play Commander 100 card decks, you're trying not to make a busted deck. You want to make a fun deck that you can play casually with your wife. What you don't want is the most busted win more deck. This deck is very, very fucking busted. It is much, much stronger than my wife's deck, which is not fun. So we need to either level hers up or figure it out. This is not what I want to be playing against her. I'm not trying to fucking smoke my wife 10-0 in a matchup. So there's that. It's funny. Today, when I showed this deck to Ari, I handed her the box. Actually, I pulled it out. And I handed it to her to look at it. She immediately grabs it, but like flips it in the air and tosses it everywhere. And then it was like a toddler who scrapes their knee. She just starts going, oh, it's a 100 card pickup. And they went everywhere. They went like under the fucking cabinet, under the bed. And I'm just cackling. I'm laughing so hard. I helped pick up 5 cards. I was just laughing. She had to pick up 95. I think this is too unfocused. Based. Yeah, Giga Chad. Never, ever, ever help women with anything. Focus, Grussel mindset, okay? The more work they do, the less work you have to do. The Royce DuPont Classic, exactly. So that was that. Overall, fantastic time. Highly recommend. Almost died. Still feel like shit. Hopefully never happens again. The one thing I'm going to internalize from Big A. Wallet check. So the reason people are asking that is that Dr. Battle gave me a friendship bracelet of a card. He gave me a fucking card called Friendship Bracelet and told me to put it in my wallet. I did not do that. I did not do that. I am fully convinced that if I ever open my wallet and a magic card falls out, I am going to have my... I don't know. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. I am going to actually regain my virginity live. However, what I'm going to do, okay? What I'm going to do is I will frame it and put it right here off camera, okay? It's going to be right here next to the camera on this wall. So I can see it every day when I'm streaming. You'd love to see it? Wow. Camera only faces this way, unfortunately. But it's there. It's there. Atrioc, you said you did that with my cat picture? Yeah, it'll go right next to your cat picture. Right there. I'm looking at it right now. What a great picture. What an awesome framed cat picture right there. And then right next to it, Dr. Battle's framed card. Truly going to be a fantastic wall. Describe the cat. It's easy. I could easily do that. Easily do that. It's the thing about this cat is it's gray. It's gray with yellow greenish eyes, and it's just a it's a fun furry friend. Is what it is. It's a beautiful gray cat. He's describing my cat. What the fuck? You are the type of person that would fall for astrology. This is a person that doesn't like when their friends betray them. Oh my God, he's describing me. This person doesn't like to feel sad. You are a person that knows what they want and likes their friends to back them up. You like proving yourself in certain situations, but in others, you feel a little bit anxious. Anyway, chat. That's my Genesis stories. I have a lot of business stuff to talk about. So I did read quite a bit of stuff over the weekend during hotel time and in the car. And also, I've just been kind of fascinated with some breaking stories. Specifically, the update on Sam Bankman-Fried. We finally got a jail pic of him. We have the Capital One Discovery merger, which is extremely interesting. There's more to that story than people realize, especially given the backdrop of rising credit card default rates. We are seeing one of the largest credit card providers do a almost desperation merger. Very interesting. We have the entire fucking stock market praying that Nvidia earnings tomorrow are such a fucking slam dunk that it makes the massive rapid rise of their fucking stock somewhat understandable. We literally have, I mean, there's the old Wall Street meme that when your fucking cab driver or the shoe shine guy starts telling you about stock tips, be worried you're in a bubble. Everybody is buying Nvidia. Everyone and their mother is talking about how you should get into Nvidia. Nvidia stock has become the most insane market-wide. It's the entirety of the movement of the stock market is like through Nvidia right now. It's holding up fucking everything. And all of it rests on tomorrow's earnings. If you guys don't know what that is, every quarter a public company has to announce their earnings, which is how much they made, how much they project to make, how much profit they made, what their costs were, just like earnings, everything. And so tomorrow is such a big day. If Nvidia has bad earnings tomorrow, you are going to see one of the reddest days of the stock market that you've seen in a minute. I promise you. If Nvidia has bad earnings, like if they report that, like, God forbid sales have slowed, it's going to be a bloodbath. If it's really good, then boom, the rocket ship continues. We don't know. I no longer work there. I don't know. Nobody knows. If they're good, the rocket ship continues. Everyone thinks things are fine. The economy gets even more into a smaller breadth. If they're bad, it's a bloodbath. It's a fucking bloodbath. It's gonna be a nightmare. Damn, it's gonna be crazy. It'll drag everything else down. It won't just be Nvidia. Like normally, if a company has bad earnings, that only affects that stock. If Nvidia has bad earnings, I think not even just tech, everything will be down. So we'll see. Elden Ring tomorrow. Navalny, which was the leading opposition candidate to Putin, a man who was jailed for the past maybe year and a half, maybe longer. I'm sorry. I don't know how much longer. He died in prison. Let's see. How long was he jailed? He was like one of the few Russians who was openly critical of Putin, who hadn't died yet, which is insane to say. Yeah, August 23, he was sentenced to prison, I think. No, March 22. Wait, no, when? No, February 21. I'm sorry, he's been in prison for 3 years. He was poisoned, jailed, and then died in prison. Yeah, exactly. He's, but technically, it's a democracy in Russia. Technically, your vote counts, okay? Putin is winning all of these by sheer force of charisma. This is a true, free, and fair election. But yeah, Navalny's dead. There's a lot to talk about that. I am going to do a wins and fails tomorrow. I worked on it today. Yeah, wins and fails is tomorrow. I will be doing it. My voice is so shit today. I'm going to cover all of this stuff. I'm just going to cover all of the wins and fails that I missed over the past weekend. There's a ton of fun stuff. I think it's all interesting. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown of all of the wins and fails. So we'll launch back into it with wins and fails tomorrow. And I'm doing Outer Wilds this weekend. So we got some good stuff coming up. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm going to promise. Actually, I want to tell you this. I'm going to say this directly to your face. If you have anything interesting or funny that you'd like to put on the Reddit, do it for Thursday of next week. I'm going to say this many times, a couple times leading up to it. This will be a good time. Thursday of next week, I can't tell you why, will be a really good time to have something on the Reddit. And I think you're gonna have a good time. I think you will appreciate it. Also, speaking of Reddit, Reddit is selling all of its user data to an AI company for $50 million. So everything you upload there can be sold. That's good. So we can get AIs trained on Spoon Atrioc. This is kind of a good piece of news because I feel like this will make artificial intelligence dumber. If we train it on Reddit, we can slowly but surely dumb it down over time until it can no longer kill us. I think that's good. I already thought we did this when we created Asmongold. I thought that's what he was. I thought he was a $50 million project by OTK to trade on Reddit for. I'm so surprised. So anyway, chat, I'm starting to feel sick. My nose is getting stuffed. My headache's getting come back. I'm going to end stream right now. It was fun talking to you. I want to tell my Reddit stories. You know, give me a little bit of time to warm back up, but I will do wins and fails tomorrow. I have a lot of stuff that's been moving forward, especially Thursday of next week. Going to be a blast. And we're doing Outer Wilds this weekend. So it should be good. Let me get some rest and do a little recovery. No house because I actually feel like shit. I feel like shit right now. I'm starting to feel like shit again. I just want to rest, get some sleep, get back on track, and get ready to grind again this year. All right. Much love. Thanks for tuning in. I had a good time. Have a good night. Talk to you soon. Bye, 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 bye.